How can you beat the Stonewall Attack? Imagine sitting across from your opponent, the board set, and the tension palpable. You know they are about to launch into the Stonewall Attack, a solid yet somewhat rigid formation that can be tricky to navigate. The Stonewall Attack is characterized by a pawn structure that forms a wall, typically with pawns on d4 and e3, and pieces developed behind them. This setup can be quite formidable, but it is not invincible. To counter this formation effectively, it is essential to understand the strengths and weaknesses of the Stonewall structure. One of its main advantages is the solid pawn structure that provides good control over the center. However, this rigidity can also lead to a lack of flexibility and potential weaknesses, particularly on the light squares. One effective strategy against the Stonewall Attack is to challenge the center early on. By playing moves that contest the central squares, such as c5 or f5, you can create tension and disrupt your opponent's plans. This can lead to an open position where your pieces can become more active. Another approach is to develop your pieces harmoniously while keeping an eye on the weaknesses created by the Stonewall structure. Placing your pieces on optimal squares can help you prepare for a counterattack. For instance, positioning your knights on f6 and e4 can exert pressure on the central pawns and create tactical opportunities. It is also important to consider the potential for pawn breaks. Moves like f5 can help to open up the position and create chances for your pieces to become more active. This can lead to a dynamic game where you can exploit the weaknesses in your opponent's setup. Lastly, patience is key. The Stonewall Attack can lead to a slow build-up, but by maintaining your focus and looking for opportunities to challenge your opponent's structure, you can turn the tables in your favor. Remember, every position has its vulnerabilities, and with careful planning and execution, you can find a way to overcome the challenges posed by the Stonewall Attack.